Quick little disclaimer, but all of the background footage looks like absolute trash because of an OBS glitch. Just thought I would let you guys know. Anyways, please enjoy the video.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Since in the last video I discussed my personal top 5 abilities, you should watch that by the way, this video will cover my personal bottom 5 abilities in Overwatch 2. The format of this video will be mostly the same, but I've decided to omit the tips because, well, these abilities kinda suck. In order to qualify an ability to be bottom 5, it needs to have low value at even the highest levels of play. All of these abilities are either forgettable, impractical, or just downright useless. If you enjoyed this type of content and would like to see more, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It will take 5 seconds to do and means so much to me. With that out of the way, it's time to get into my list. Reinhardt's Barrier Field is an ability which projects a 1200 HP shield in front of him. The reason why I decided to put this ability at number 5 is that it actually isn't completely useless. This ability allows Rein to protect himself and his team for a large amount of time. At 1200 HP, Rein's Barrier is the strongest individual shield in the game. That does not mean, however, that it is at all versatile or necessarily impactful. Most Rein players choose to only use shields selfishly because of its extreme limitations. For starters, Rein moves a staggering 30% slower whenever the shield is active. This makes it so that Rein essentially requires a Lucio to get anywhere on the map whilst he's shielding. Secondly, 1200 HP sounds like a lot, but because the shield is so big, it generally takes more damage than other shields. Third, finally, and arguably most importantly, Rein can't do anything while the shield is active. He cannot swing his hammer, charge, fire strike, or earth shatter with the shield up. In the fast-paced and power-crept world of Overwatch 2, being able to do everything at all times is essentially required. This flaw of Reinhardt's Barrier is what prevents him from finding success in the majority of metas. My fourth worst ability is Bastion's A36 Tactical Grenade, mostly called Bastionade because seriously, who calls it the A36 Tactical Grenade? What a stupid name. This ability is a sticky / bouncy grenade which can deal a maximum of 115 damage. It also has an AoE of 4.5 meters. No lie, this ability is pretty fun to use. Using the nade on yourself allows you to do a small rocket jump. Additionally, you can also shoot this ability at walls / ceilings to get a ricochet bounce. The cooldown is also a manageable 8 seconds long. Unfortunately, we do not take how fun an ability is when accounting for its usability. The sad and unfortunate truth is this ability is not that threatening. 115 HP is a decent amount of damage, but that won't push any 200 plus HP character anywhere close to their breaking point, at least while fighting Bastion. In order to even get the 115 damage, you need to hit the nade directly on your target. Considering the projectile is slow and has a non-linear trajectory, it's incredibly difficult to hit direct nades consistently. As a final point, the boost it gives Bastion as a rocket jump is really not that impressive, especially considering that this ability is Bastion's only viable movement option. Overall, this ability is just sad and forgettable. My number 3 worst ability is Moira's Damage Orb is one half of Moira's Biotic Orb ability. The other half, Healing Orb, is actually pretty good. The Damage Orb is a projectile which can do some damage while it is close to an enemy target. It does 50 DPS and lasts 7 seconds after being casted. This ability can basically serve as free damage. Though this ability sucks, and I'll get into why very soon, it's probably the easiest ability to use in the entire game. You just have to do these steps. Step 1. Look in the general direction of the enemy team. Doesn't have to be close, just the general direction. Step 2. Press E, or whatever key / button you have binded to orb. And step 3. Press right click. After those steps, you will release a damage orb. Hooray! And now I will tell you why you probably made a mistake doing that. To get straight to the point, damage orb is objectively worse than healing orb. It's absolutely pitiful. 50 damage per second won't put a dent into any character. The only way this ability gets any kills is through cheese kills or from sheer luck. With Healing Orb, which I must restate is actually good, you can confirm almost guaranteed value with every orb. Another reason for why the damage orb sucks is it moves incredibly slow at only 20 meters per second. A lethargic tortoise on opioids would move faster than that. In contrast, it's actually beneficial for the healing orb to move more slowly so that you/your team can spend more time around it. To close off this section, there are almost no scenarios where damage orb is more useful than healing orb. The only scenario I can think of is when you use it at the beginning of a fight to slightly increase your uptime. Other than that, use the healing orb over the damage orb, please. My number 2 worst ability is... Hanzo's lunge ability allows him to move 7.85 meters in any direction. While airborne, Hanzo moves at 15 meters per second. What? You expect me to say anything good about this ability? It's Hanzo's freaking lunge. I guess the only good thing I could say is that it's a cooldown of 4 seconds is really short, meaning that you can do your silly little hops basically whenever you want. To get into the downsides, this ability is a joke. 7.8, let's just round it up to 8 because who cares anyways. 8 meters. 8 meters is flipping nothing. And it's 8 meters horizontal. Only! There is no vertical element to this ability at all. Since it's only 8 meters, you can't really use this ability to juke out the enemy in a duel like with Tracer's Blink. Besides that, I really don't have anything else to say about this ability. I mean, no one has anything to say. Look at how small this wiki entry is. I guess the only reason why this ability isn't number 1 is because you still need it in order to play Hanzo. I'll also mention that Lifeweaver's lunge clone is also pretty bad, but at least that heals you, so... Honorable mention, Lifeweaver's lunge thing. Anyways, let's look at the worst ability in Overwatch 2, in my opinion. It is... Widowmaker's Venom Mine ability is a projectile which can attach to walls. When activated, the afflicted enemy loses 15 HP per second for a maximum of 75 health removed after 5 seconds. Let's cut straight to the crap with this ability. It is bad. This ability is, in my opinion, the most forgettable and pointless ability in all of Overwatch 2. This is also the only ability which I believe you don't need to use in order to reach GM+. Why is that the case? Well, for starters, this ability's damage is actually meaningless. Basically, any damage this ability may do to you can be nullified by getting any health packs. Secondly, the effect of seeing the target through walls is only provided to the Widow. No one else on the Widow's team gets that effect. Thirdly, this ability can be destroyed by anything. It has, get this, 1 health. 1! A stick cracking 100 meters away would be enough to destroy this ability. When it gets destroyed, the Widow has to wait 15 seconds for it to come back. Pretty much every single ability on my last list besides Rez had a lower cooldown than that. Fourth, this ability is literally not needed within Widow's kit. The information, and I use the term information sparingly, isn't particularly useful. Any half-decent Widow should either directly or generally know where the enemies are positioned / are going. As a final point of contention, this ability cannot do anything in a mid-fight. As a result, Widowmaker players have no forces driving them to participate in a fight. This will probably change once the next patch comes out, but Venom Mine will most likely stay the same. A boring, useless, and non-interactive ability which exists to serve no one. So, that was my personal bottom 5 abilities in Overwatch 2. Do you agree with me? Do you think some other abilities deserve bottom 5 instead of these? What other opinions you have, feel free to leave your opinions in the comments. I would love to see what you have to say. Also, reminder to subscribe to the channel and like this video. I'm unsure of what my next video idea is, so feel free to leave any content suggestions in the comments. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!